We're back at the board shear. I have the lined board, and I'm going to set that right against the stop on my board shear like this. Then I will take the book, and the first cut we're going to make is for the head to tail measurement. So I'll take the gauge and set this on the head of the book, with it pressed against, the book is also pressed against the stop here. And set the gauge with the double thickness of the board here. I'm going to mark this in the center with a clean pencil line, and then I will trim this off. Now I'm going to trim this so that the pencil line stays on. I'd like there to be a little bit of generosity in the space inside the box. So I'm going to move this just a hair over so that the pencil line will stay on, and then make the cut. Now with the board in the same position, I will take the book and put it with the foredge against the stop, and the board also tightly pressed against the stop. Now since the slipcase is open on one side, I'm going to take the gauge, and we have a single thickness of board on this end of it. So I'm going to stand that up on the spine, and then I will mark. Then I will set this into the board shear, and I'm also going to give a little bit of generous space here, and cut this. But before I cut it, I'm going to set my square and tape it down because I need two pieces. Now you can see that these boards are slightly square, and it's useful to have these grain lines marked on here so that you know which way is head and tail. So I'll set those aside, and now I need to measure the height of the sides of the box. So I'll set the book here, and then I'm going to take a thin piece of paper. This will protect the book from the pencil marks, and lay that on the top. And I will take my board here and lay this right against the head of the book and mark it with the pencil inside. And here is my pencil mark for the thickness of the box. This one I will also be just a little bit generous with by cutting just to the right of the pencil mark, and I need to cut 3 pieces like this. So again, I'm going to set the board into the board shear. Tape the gauge in place. 1, 2, 3 pieces. Now these will go at the head, the tail, and the foredge of the book in the box. So these 2 pieces have to be one board's thickness shorter than this one. So what I'm going to do is take the board, bring the knife here so that it crosses at about the halfway mark on the board. Set the board in, reset the gauge, making sure that the head and tail is right. Tape that in place. Then I'll take one board for the edge and I have one board for the foredge. I'm going to stand that up against the board, against the gauge, and then bring the side piece right up to that so that I can trim it to the right size. And you can see that this one is shorter now. And it's also shorter there. So do the same thing here. Stand the board up, bring this side piece up to it, and cut it down. Now everything will fit, and we can assemble the box. Now we're going to assemble the box. I have a right angle C-clamped to my work surface. Here are the boards, and I want to make sure that I'm going to put down the spine edge first, or the closed end of the box first. So I'll set that against the backstop here, and then I'll measure these and take the long one, and I'm just going to glue it up on one side with the roller and press this into place, matching it at the head and the tail. Now I'll take one of the other ones, one of the side pieces, which is going to be the actual top and bottom of the box, and set this in here like that. I'll lift this up, turn this around, and so I can pull this against the backstop and press it into place. Remove it, turn it sideways, glue up the other piece, and drop this into place. And everything fits like it should. And with the roller, I put in just a minimal amount of glue, and everything is holding. Just check this again here as the tack improves. Okay. Now I'll briefly turn this over. Oops, that came apart. I'll have to put that back together. A little more glue here. There's already a little bit of warp in the board there, but that's what's lifting it. Okay, I'll just hold it in place for a second. Now I'll turn this over and put a weight on it for just a second until the glue's tack develops. This board here is going to go like that, but with the lining side up. Then I will take the box. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on it this time, just to make sure everything stays together. Glue the top, like this, the top edge, all the way around. And then set this into place on top. Oops, that wasn't right. There we go. And there we have our slipcase. We'll let this set until the glue tack develops, and then we will start to cover it.